Hey, my beautiful people, welcome back to Pommyinoz. Hope we're all doing really well. If you are new around here, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. It means the world to me. We're smashing our subs. We're just about to hit 1,900, which is grouse. Aim is 2,000 by round one. You can become a member of the channel. These legends did. We've got some new ones. Big Wayne and Felix F. John Holden, they've joined the channel. Legends. Met a few of them at the training. And obviously, it really does help us support the channel. We sponsored Domaku from this. Helps us do some weird and wonderful graphics and things like that. And also, it does just warm the cockles of my heart. So please make sure you are liked and subs at the very least. You can become a member if that kind of thing floats your boat. Please check out pommysportsalmanac.com.au. A bit later in the week, we'll do a draw and we'll have another draw to win a print from there. So check that out. So what we're going to talk about today is the AFLW. It was an absolute woeful show. And let's get straight into it. 51-21. The Roos really didn't have to try, in my opinion, way too hard. And they dominated it really from start to finish, really, apart from just a little bit of a fight back from Carlton. They never really had to do too much. And I think the ease in which they controlled the contest, the ease in which they controlled the ball around the corridor, and I also think that the ease in which that they just hemorrhaged inside our 50 is a real, for me, alarm bells. Harford said at the end of the game that he wanted to try and control the corridor, but North were already there. I had a chuckle about it. There is, for me, the biggest issue. It's a laugh. It is. Because the corridor has been Carlton girls' bugbear since the inception, really. The only thing that's changed is that the girls now in the other sides are skillful. All of them can mark. All of them can kick. It's very easy for them. And it was really telling. 46 inside 50s to 21. 12 marks inside 50 to 2 marks. The times Carlton looked good was when we had Darcy Vessio's goal. Courtney Jones popped up with one as well. When the ball went along the ground to a chase, that looked a little bit more skillful. It just looks higgledy-piggledy at the moment. It really does look, when you watch the girls play at the moment, there is no set plan. It doesn't look like they're enjoying it. And it really does look, for me, like it's kind of on the fly. Everything's on the fly. If you go back and watch that game in the third quarter at the end, North's coach was really laying into the girls. And Harford was laid back. It was hard to believe that the girls were so far down in just the reactions of it. Now, we could digest this game. So many uncontested possessions for North, which is, again, a structural issue. I don't buy into lack of effort because I think lack of effort comes from if you like what you're doing, and it comes from self-preservation. And that, a good coach can get that out of the weakest moral type person. So I never look to that because good coaches can make good players. What I look at is the structure in which these girls operate. When we turn it over inside 50, in the defence, in North's 50, look at the positioning of the girls. That we're playing extras behind the ball, but there's space. We played extra behind the ball the entire game. And it is hard to believe it was so easy to just waltz wherever you wanted. That extra needed to be on the ball for me. It needed to be up high, getting involved, because that's where we were getting absolutely peppered. It was so easy in that corridor. But I think you've got to look deeper at the problems. It's easy to dissect this game and say it was trash, but really it's rinse and repeat because Brisbane showed against Geelong. We evidently beat Geelong quite comfortably, and Brisbane beat us. It was a goal a game, and you saw the difference. Geelong took their chances where they didn't against us. And we're playing an archaic brand of football in 6 years. The fact that this side is in a rebuild year 6 is really alarming to me as a fan of this game. And we're our almost worst enemy because I thought the writing was on the wall last year with half, and it was stagnating. The players we've lost and the caliber, I don't mind losing them. It happens in sport. But if you're going to continue to play the same game plan, you make like for like. Poppy Sharp came in for Maddie Gearing. Charlotte Wilson, you can't argue with. We did drop a young player for, but you can't argue when there's a player of that ilk there. But that selection is just a selection that happens every week for us. Maddie Gearing was putting pressure on for at least 2 of the 4 quarters. We bring in Poppy Sharp. What did she bring? Like, no disrespect to her, it was a first game, but I didn't see what she brought, apart from the media has built her up to be in this side quite a bit. Maddie Gearing, for me, she's stable. She needs to be in the side. Charlotte Wilson, you can't argue with, but that is the selections. We make the same mistakes. The selections are there. Darcy Vesio, they're continually hung out to dry in the terms of the structure that is played. When the ball comes in low and it comes in on the deck and there's a bit more composure outside of 50, which is really rare, I might add, they show their class, as they did in that goal. But that's probably the first time they've had the ball there in 4 rounds. The biggest thing for me, though, is this game plan, this tactical game plan of Greg Whittaker nailed it, see ball, get ball, kick ball. This is a throwback to very rudimentary 90s football. And whether you like it or not, and whether you like AFLW or not, it's a new game, so it's always going to be trying things probably earlier than the guys do because it's got less to lose. Why is there so many people involved in an archaic era of football dictating this game is my question. You look at football and the female equivalent of men's around the world, when they made massive shifts in skill level, we fucked the old mentality off. We did. And it has to be done. Like, it's at times it feels like the AFL is there as a favour for women to keep them quiet and happy, but also keep the men who aren't good enough to coach the men so they can still live vicariously their dream. And I don't want to sound harsh, but people say, oh, we're half laughed in that press conference because he's nervous. Leaders don't get nervous. They don't show it. Do you know what I mean? Leaders don't. I'm sure there's many a time that people shit themselves when they did something amazing. They didn't show it. Sure, Eisenhower, when he was delivering the speech to the guys on the D-Day landings like my pop, didn't have a nervous chuckle. Sure, he tried to fill them with a bit of confidence. They're about to go to their deaths, many of them. And that's it. Why is he there? Like, why is he there? The players, for me, are blatantly not playing for him. It's obvious. They haven't got that extra 10% a good coach does. The fact for me that he mixes media, and I'm a big advocate. I hate it. I hate it. The fact he has the audacity to comment on Collingwood's spread. Bring it to our fucking club, mate. Like it's fanciful words, and it's starting to do my head in because the fact we're in a rebuild as one of the brand names of this competition is baffling. These girls deserve better because this list isn't devoid of talent. It's devoid of, I think, structure, focus, and application, all of which the driving force is the big guy or girl in that chair leading them. They look lost, and it's only going to get worse. And I questioned the club. It wasn't in the review, which is banter for me because they're part of the football department. The NGA needs looking at as well in that review because how we've got one person through on a category B is beyond me. The women's game needs looking at, and it's fanciful. We're really ruining the brand. I think we're ruining the brand the longer it is. And why aren't we just cutting the ties? Give it to Simpson till end of season, and we'll cast the net far and wide and conduct a proper review because it's a shame. New competitions coming in mean you lose people. And I reckon we're going to lose a few of these girls again at the end of this year when them new franchises come in, which is going to hold us back even longer. Because at the moment, we're dining out on 2 or 3 names. It's tough. We go to Adelaide. Be sure to tune into the Blue Abroad show. Thank you very much for joining me. Much love. I'll see you in the watch along. Let me know what you think. Pom out.